Sandro Diamante with the ball on a string and
Welcome back to another episode of Off the Pitch, the All Out West interview series. And this week we have a good one. Let's skip the hyperbole. Scott, who do we have?
We got one of my favourites, Lachlan Wales, coming in. So,
fantastic. Nice. Lockie, how you going, mate?
Yeah, going well. The weather hasn't really turned up today, but just finished another day of training and just sat back down at home now. So, enjoying it, but can't wait to be outside with everyone, I would imagine.
Yeah, we had 2 good days of spring and then winters here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Classic Melbourne. Now, straight off the dome, man, this is a hard one. Palmy or Palmer, where you at?
Oh, you guys are probably going to hate me, but I'm a Palmy all the way. New South Wales is Palmy, so I've just always grown up saying chicken palmy. I just don't know where you get Palmer. It sounds a bit posh, and I'm not having it. Every pub I've been to in Melbourne isn't posh. So
I think that's just what you're going to.
Yeah, but if you're ordering a chicken Palmer, it sounds like you're getting a luxurious meal, and a palmy's just, your standard pub grub.
No, I completely understand. Scott, is he still your boy after that, or?
Yeah, he's still one of my favourites. So, what is your football story?
It was a bit of a different one. I grew up on the Central Coast, just playing football there for Terrigal United, and played my junior football for an NPL club called Manly United, a pretty big club in Sydney. Obviously, Central Coast not having a development pathway down there, so. My poor old man and mum, they drove me an hour and 45 minutes to training there for a few years just to get, decent training, and kept me playing against the best kids in New South Wales. So I eventually got into the institute kind of system down there, and ended up back at the Mariners in the U team, grinding away there for a few years, and eventually got a crack in the A-League, and obviously played a few games down the road at Melbourne City, and really enjoyed my first season here in Melbourne, even though Western Melbourne, even though the results weren't good. I really think I found somewhere where I'm really enjoying my football again, and I can be myself around all the boys, and everyone's accepted me for I'm pretty energetic and I love a chat, but I also love to win football games. So I think everyone's accepted me for that, and I'm just really enjoying it here at the moment.
That's awesome. What was it like coming to Western United last season and breaking into the first team? And before you get too far into it, I'm not sure if you know this because it's not very well publicised, but you were our Young Player of the Year last year.
Oh, cheers, guys.
Yeah,
Legends.
Yeah, big fans.
Yeah.
Majority of those votes are just from Scott over here, to be honest. But
cheers, Scott. No, appreciate it. As I said, the move across was, it was a pretty easy one. I was playing a fair bit at City, but it was difficult for me there for a few different reasons on and off the field, and just to come down here and be accepted, by all the boys, and there's a really good group of people here, like players and staff, and even the new staff coming in. I'm really enjoying learning under Aloisi and Foxy. So the first season, personally, I enjoyed getting a lot more game time, and I think you guys saw once I can get on a bit of a roll, I got a bit hot there in the middle of the season, and hopefully with a more structured team this year, I can do a bit better as well.
We definitely love to see that, and yeah, definitely a highlight for our season.
How is the preseason training going under the new manager?
Yeah, it's been really good for all the boys. I think just coming into a refreshed environment. We've changed pretty much everything from, the pre-activation with the warm-up and just all different things. Just gives the boys a fresh outlook on the season. And, he's very tactical and seems, very organised in the way he wants to set up. And his drills are very, match specific to your position, which I've been finding really good. So, you're not doing a possession where you're just kind of running around, a defender might end up front, or attacker might end up at the back. It's very for your position, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
That's great to hear because that was one of the things we noticed last season was a lot of movement. Not to give any trade secrets away, but are there any areas of your game you're specifically working on for this season?
Yeah, I think probably dribbling more players. I think I can dribble and I am a good dribbler. So just having the confidence to take on more players and when to do that and when to kind of pass the ball to Dia and then make another run. So it's just more just picking my times and as I said, when to pass, when to dribble, and then that final shot or final pass is the big one, because as a winger, striker, midfielder, that's where you make your money is goals and assists. And it's like as a winger, you need to be probably hitting 7 to 10 goals to help out that main striker to get that 20, 25. That seems to be the trend with the top teams in the world at the moment. So hopefully we can do that as a attacking unit. And so far in pre-season we're working a lot more on that final end product.
Cool.
Nice. How are you finding your development as a forward?
Yeah, it's it's I think last year you saw I got myself into much better goal scoring positions, and I think like as a general punter, a lot of people think it's easy, but that's why the strikers get paid the most money. It's such a difficult art to be in the right place even at the right time. It may on TV look easy to just be popping up for a tap in or be at the back post, but it's actually quite a difficult skill, and it's more of a confidence thing with me. I think my finishing is good at training, so if I can just stay confident, and it seems when one goes in, I can score in a few games after that. So for me, it's a mental thing. I trying to keep positive, keep confident, and if I miss one, I just got to think the next chance is around the corner.
That's a big thing with sports psychology, though, is getting yourself in the right mind frame to do these things. Do you have any techniques you do specifically, or?
Yeah, I do meditation before the game, just a quick 5-minute meditation while I'm sitting in the change room, just to calm everything down. As I said, I've met a couple of you guys, and I'm an energetic young fella, so sometimes a million things going through my head, and because I'm so quick and energetic, it does get a bit frazzled there for a second. I think even when going to score the goal, I get a bit excited. So I think just when that ball gets slipped through from there, just having a deep breath and picking your spot and just trying to hit the target.
That's awesome. Speaking of some good shots here and getting a bit of momentum, what was it like sealing Western United's first win against crosstown rivals, your old club Melbourne City, where you not only scored the first, like the equaliser, but you got the assist for the win? What was that like?
That was probably one of the highlights of the season for us. We saw you got to take your hat off. City probably played the best football this year, and the way they moved the ball was pretty impressive, and they completely deserved to win the championship. So it just shows that with the caliber of players we've got here, we can definitely pick apart them on our day. So I like to think like that day we kind of played like Liverpool with Sane and Mane and Salah, and kind of hit them on the break there, and it was a great day for the club, and I think we broke a pretty good curse that day, and we never beat them before, so it was a top day, and more moments like that this season would be awesome for the fans, and even better for us players. You need to be in those big games, and we need to win more of them. So that was probably a highlight of the season, to grab a goal and help the team in a massive game is always good.
Yeah. On that note, how are you finding the fans for Western United?
No, quality. I think the interaction between the players and the fans was unreal in the first season. We always got around you guys, and you guys always got around us. I think the main thing was when times got tough, we were still giving it our all, and sometimes in football a change is needed, and that's what we've got now. So we've got, a fresh start. We've, exciting talks about the stadium in the near future. So I think it's awesome for the fans, like those fans that are going to be here for these first few years. It's going to be ups and downs, but, to sit back maybe in 5 years' time at your own stadium to maybe cheer a championship winning team would be pretty awesome to say you were there on those first couple of days going down to Tassie and Ballarat and cold places like that. So that's what makes the club special here. And I think it can only grow from here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it like being a professional athlete in the COVID era?
Oh, it's a bit of a disaster, to be honest. You're always on your toes. You never know what's going to happen. So, I mean, firsthand with the Olympics, I saw how chaos it was. It was very interesting and forever changing. So I'm pretty overdoing the test up the nose and down the throat. But, it's unreal that we can keep doing what we love. There's a lot of people out there doing it tough at the moment. So nothing to complain about from my end. It's, it's always been a dream of mine just to play one game of football. And with all this going on, it's pretty cool to keep playing and, give the old man back at home who's locked down something to watch. And he loves sitting there every weekend watching the games. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's gonna obviously be around for a long time. And, we're just going to have to deal with it as athletes and as people probably.
Do you have a go bag?
Yeah.
For those emergencies?
Yeah, it's funny. The first hub I ever went to when we went to Sydney the first year, I was at Melbourne City. My lease for my apartment was up the next week. So I packed up my whole apartment in the space of about 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then got told when I got to the airport that we were going back home, but I'd given my keys to the real estate. So I was then homeless for a couple of days, and then I was just parking it at people's couches for a couple of days till we left. So there's always a go bag, and even when you pack your bag now, it's you know that you're going to could be going for longer, or it's going to be unexpected how long you're going to actually go for.
No, just I wanted a bit of insight there because it's been a crazy couple of seasons for you guys, like crazy for everyone. But to be in that instance where you're like trying to cross the border and
Oh, and even last year, I think we played a game and we got stuck in Brisbane and we'd been away from home from a long time. And, it was just a nightmare. We flew in on the day against Western Sydney and, but there's no excuses this year. I think, we probably made a few too many excuses last year for ourselves and, tried to feel sorry for ourselves. So I think it's important that, no matter what's thrown at us, we're building a really good squad here. And I think, finals minimum for the teams required. So no excuses.
That's all we like to hear. And let's get on to a bit of a high note, probably especially for yourself. What was it like getting the call up for the Olympics?
Yeah, it was unreal. I think I went up to Byron Bay for a bit of a holiday with a couple of the boys and we're waiting around the phone, me and Dylan, trying to have a good time, but you also had that in the back of the mind. So just to get the call and, to say you're on the plane's an unreal feeling and, a massive moment for myself and my family. And, even the club were really supportive of that. And, what an honour it was to go there and test yourself against the best players in the world.
Oh, wicked.
What was it like scoring the first goal for Australia in the Olympics?
Yeah, it was a funny one. I was kind of I was in the squad but unable to kind of play, and then got the chance to be able to play as soon as I got there. Pretty much I knew I could play, and after speaking to Arnie, he made it pretty clear what he wanted from me, which is we didn't have much pace up front, so my job was kind of to make some good runs off the ball and start off that high press. So it was almost written in the stars for me when that ball come across, and didn't know much about it, to be honest. Just hang my left leg out there, and when you don't even see it hit the back of the net, I was just probably acting like a pork chop a bit, but loving it with all the fellas and. an awesome moment for, myself and, my family back home. Like, we're ecstatic, and just to have a moment like that in your life, for all the hard work everyone's put into your career, it was almost like, that moment you can kind of give back to everyone.
Just on that note of giving back, what panelist Kelsey, who's not on the thing today, he would like to thank you because he made a cozy $120 off that goal. So he personally gave me the notes, and he's like, "Do not forget to say this."
Yeah,
you made his day.
I think I had a couple of people message me after with a multi or something like that. So it's always good to help your mates out like that, but it doesn't work out all the time. So yeah, but even the massive amounts of messages I got, and everyone probably forgets I could have had a hat trick, but we won't talk about that. But it's all good.
Now, back onto Japan. What was your highlight there, and who did you share a room with?
The highlight was literally the whole thing. It was awesome. Just the way the Japanese people set up the Olympics, so organised. The hotels were beautiful. The food was amazing. And just the family we kind of had there at the Olyroos, you only had each other. We weren't in the village, so it was a different experience. And you make the most of it when you're there. It's up to you to create a bit of an environment, and we really did that. And the highlight was for me definitely that first game. I don't think people in Australia actually understand how big that was for Australian football. It was one of the best, as Arnie and the staff said, one of the best performances by an Australian team, no matter what age or at what tournament. So to beat a team like that, I think it just gave everyone hope, and it shows that the A-League is a breeding ground for a lot of young talent here, and it's a league that probably cops a lot of hate for no reason. It's an improving league, and it just showed there that we could definitely match it with the best players. So that was a highlight. And my roomie is Kemi Devlin, the little fella. He's just gone to Scotland, so he's very similar to me. God, he doesn't shut up. He chat my ear off, which I love because I love a chat. And just a really good fella. And I grew up playing against him when he was at Western Sydney and Sydney FC when I was growing up in the U team. So a lot of people ask me why I didn't room with Dylan, and you kind of want to meet new people while you're there. And obviously me and Dill have a really good friendship at Clubland, and I think it was good that we, took ourselves out of our comfort zone and, wanted to meet new people and form other friendships as well. So it was a awesome experience. And, it was a shame we couldn't go further and play Brazil. That would have been awesome, but it wasn't meant to be.
What is your current go-to song on the Spotify?
Oh, I don't know current, but I think if you ask the boys, my go-to song's definitely Piano Man by Billy Joel. Wow. It's an older one, but that's my karaoke song. So usually if we get a good win or it's someone's birthday, everyone asks me to sing Piano Man. It seems to be a theme of the night. So I always bust that one out. And then my playlist, I don't mind on a day off waking up to a bit of Jack Johnson or something pretty relaxed and, going down for a swim at the beach or something like that. So they're my go-to songs.
Nice. That's wasn't expecting that. Real like surf vibes there, man.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Bit of Ben Harper as well, or do you like Ben Harper?
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that. Ziggy Alberts, all that kind of stuff. It's just, don't want to blow my head off early in the morning. Just relax into the day.
Love it. Now, here's one. Do you have a pre-game ritual? Because some people have crazy ones. We just want to find that out.
I always step onto the pitch with my left foot first, but it's actually funny you say this. My girlfriend's very into yoga and meditation and those things, and she has this thing called a sage, and it blocks out negative vibes almost. It's like a smoke thing and before the game, she gets me to bring my boots home, and we sage my boots from all the negative energy. So it was funny when I scored those goals in a row. I then went on an away trip and we got stuck in Brisbane, so we couldn't sage the boots and I didn't score. So it was actually worrying me a bit. And So hopefully I can maybe get my own sage this year.
I don't care if we have to crowdfund you some sage. We get you a sage budget. You get a bulk buy from Costco. I don't care. We'll get it.
Yeah, it's not something like I've ever done, but it worked once, so we kept doing it, and it became a bit of a joke between us both. And it's all in good fun.
That's hilarious. Now, that's the end of the interview, man. Is there anything you'd like to pass on to fans?
Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are all doing well. It's obviously very difficult at the moment with the lockdown and things like that, but keep supporting the club, and hopefully the social media can keep some content coming through from all the lads, and keep your spirits high and keep doing some of those giveaway promotions. I think it's awesome what the club's doing, and just to let you know, we're training as hard as we can. We're going in every day and working really hard. As I said, it's finals minimum, and we want to lift something at the end of the year. Whether it's FFA Cup, if we can get that going, or if it's the A-League Championship. So, reach for the stars for us this year, and hopefully we can do something special.
Love it, man. We'll probably be inactive at some point drinking beers. I know Scotty will.
I'm aware for sure.
So make sure you come past, say hi.
Definitely.
Yeah, keen as, man. Thanks,
easy. Can't wait to see you guys at the game. Thanks for your time. Cheers, boys.